G'day, cunts. Welcome to episode number 5, I think. Yeah, 5. Of the GreenCast. A podcast by me, Mr. GreenTexts, where I ramble to myself in my bedroom and talk about getting other people and then ignoring them all. Actually, I have been sort of planning out a couple of guests that I want to get on the podcast. Had a couple people recommend me, tell me some people they'd love to see. I mean, there's the obvious, like, Creeps Works and other, like, shitposters in the sort of GreenTexts community. But, I'd love to get Internet Historian on. He'd be really cool, I think, to be honest. He's not, actually, I recently found out that he was Australian as well, and that kind of blew my mind a bit. As well as War's Rocking, as well, because I want to talk about how he recently got cucked on his YouTube channel. Which, funny thing, the whole reason why, or how I found out about War's Rocking was that someone put in the comments saying that I stole his picture. And I'm like, what? And so that's how I found his channel. But recently, I looked on his Social Blade, and if you'd seen my Twitter, he recently got, like, really fucking, like, destroyed by him. His couple biggest videos on his channel recently got community guidelines strikes, so he just removed them, and he lost 7.7 million views. Like, holy shit, that's almost my total, like, views on my channel. And it's just gone. And he's fucked. He's just gonna be in the negatives for a while now, poor bastard. Sound a bit weird this week, because I'm starting to, I don't know, I don't feel that great today. I don't know, I don't have energy today, I don't know why. I think I just need to eat more. I don't know, I'm a little bit chub. I wouldn't say I'm, like, obese or overweight. I'm 95 kilos. I have no idea what that is in other people's terms, but I mean, I'm sort of muscular. I go to gym every day, and I feel like I'm pretty strong. I can bench, like, a good number of stuff and whatever the hell. But yeah, I don't know. I just been feeling really sapped of energy today. I haven't been doing that much. Don't know. But let's just get into the stuff that I want to talk about this week. I think it was about 2 weeks ago at this point. Recently, there was a 69-page document that was released with a bunch of allegations of other stuff regarding the Channel Awesome YouTube channel, which is home of a well-known YouTuber called the Nostalgia Critic. And, of course, being the nature of this podcast and being uninformed and winging shit, I have not read the 69-page document. I have instead watched a video from another YouTuber who I have already forgotten the fucking name. He's got a series called The Fallen Titans. So, I mean, if you search on YouTube, you'll probably find it there. And watched his breakdown instead of the document. And basically, what the document has is a bunch of sexual misconduct, people just... a lot of, like, the Hollywood sort of shit that's been coming out that's literally no one's surprised by. Except, like, this is a really fucking small, like, community of just people making stuff. And, there's just shit like people bringing sexual allegations to, like, the CEO and human resources and shit. And they're just like, yep, okay, we'll deal with that, and then they don't, and then it's not till, like, a year later the shit actually happens. And, apparently, as well, Nostalgia Critic can't just nope out of there, because the retard, well, I mean, like, at the time, he obviously needed the money. He basically signed off the rights to Nostalgia Critic to this, one guy, and, getting fucked now because of it, because he just has to stay there. And the channel has been losing subscribers ever since that, because they just haven't addressed it. Well, they addressed it in, like, a big blog post, but no one's fucking read that because it's a blog post and not on the channel. And just every video is just getting dislike bombed, and big fucking rip to that YouTube channel, because I actually enjoyed watching Nostalgia Critic and all of the shit that he does, because these reviews are actually kind of entertaining sometimes. Yeah, what else? There's something else I want to talk about Nostalgia Critic about. Yeah, he's just fucked. Oh, that was the thing. There was also a shit ton of stuff about how shit it is being on set. Apparently he had like 4 really low budget movies that he produced on his website. Because apparently he had a thing for a while where he's like, fuck YouTube, I'm gonna go upload my videos to my own website with blackjack and hookers. And then he ends up coming back to YouTube anyway, because, yeah, that's where the views and the money is. And, yeah, apparently there's a bunch of people complaining about how shit it is on set, and how they weren't getting paid, and how they were out on the desert for a shoot, and they just didn't supply water for them, and people fucking fainting and shit like that. And apparently people are really complaining about that. But what they don't realize is, as someone who has been involved in those sorts of productions before, and is actually going to kind of one next week, which is a whole other thing I'll get into later, shit like that fucking happens all the time. It's kind of just like an unspoken thing that you kind of agree to. There's a whole sort of thing in the film industry, especially starting out, that you just do shit for favors and work for like pizza and just the whole thing to get people to come on your shooter, for example. It's just offer free lunch and maybe pay for their fuel or the travel expenses, I guess. Because you just need a body of work to be able to show people, I guess. So you kind of just have to do it for free because people can't fucking afford to pay each other, especially when you're like 19 years old. Oh man, I don't know why I'm got the hiccups a bit. That'd be a bit shit. I get the hiccups, the hookups. Nope, still not right. The hiccups. There you go. During the podcast. Oh man. So yeah, that was that fucking thing. But Fallen Titans. That's what I want to talk about a bit more. Apparently, they had a bunch of copyright shit that they were getting in trouble with as well. They were doing like reactionary sort of stuff for a while. Which is ironic, because Nostalgia Critic had a thing not too long ago, I think last year. He had a hashtag, it was called Where's the Fair Use? When this is the same cunt that does like Jinx-style fucking reactionary stuff, where they just sit there and just watch an entire fucking movie, and they just like chuckle, or they go every now and then to a fucking film. It's just like, cool, thanks, that was fucking input well done into this. And people could just like substitute. That's the whole thing with copyright and copyright infringement, is what you're actually adding to the experience. Like if you're just fucking sitting there and chuckling, you're not adding anything. And that's the whole reason why H3 example for how he recently won his copyright infringement lawsuit. Because the style and the nature of that video, and he played it in like segments and gave his commentary on it throughout the video, and the majority of the video was on the commentary and not just playing the whole video from start to end. And it's a very different experience to watching the original video, which is another aspect of copyright infringement is well, I mean, it's the sort of same thing, is being able to substitute the experience for this one. So his video is very much sort of, I don't even know how to explain it. Matt Hoss is the guy I'm talking about. He did, I'll give you a quick rundown. He basically did like a really cringy acted thing where it's just he parkours around and just paid some bimbo off Craigslist, probably like $100 for the day. And he kind of like awkwardly hits on her, or as he like runs around and like catches her and does a quick game for a quick kiss. And that fucking cringy stuff. But yeah, H3 just roasted him for it, and then he fucking sued him for him, and then he lost. Big fucking rip on that. But another YouTuber that I want to talk about with this copyright infringement is Ray William Johnson. If you remember that fucking hot meme. I don't know if people or anyone like watching this remembers or used to watch Ray William Johnson, but he was the hot shit back in the day. I've been watching / doing YouTube for like 6 years or so I was really fucking into Ray William Johnson like everyone else was. And I didn't realize Ray had about 40 cases of copyright infringement that he went through. And he lost a lot of them. And it's not until like I actually rewatched some of them. And as I explained, it basically, well, a lot of it were just viral fucking videos that he just like hosted. But he'd play the video in his entirety. And a lot of his commentary, or majority of it would just go, well, for example, there was a video that he had on his channel called "Most Epic Putt-Putt Shot in the World," and then he plays the entire like minute video, and the video ends, and then he goes, "Wow, yeah, I agree. That is the most epic putt-putt shot in the world." It's just like, cool. You just fucking read the title. You didn't exactly add anything to it, and it just sort of like a meme around it, and not even really add anything to it. And it'd have 3 of these fucking videos every single video, and it'd upload 3 of those a week. For fuck's sake. Of course he has... that shit fucking stacks up at that point. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's my little... I mean, I fucking take this with a grain of salt, I guess. I'm in no way a fucking copyright lawyer. This is just my sort of understanding of other people's explaining it to me, and then me just shittily explaining it to you guys. I'm gonna have a drink again. It seems to be the whole meme of the podcast where I just can't talk for an hour without having like 3 or 4 sips of water. So here's the first sip of the podcast. I'll get real close to the mic so you can hear it. Oh man. So yeah, that was that fucking meme. As I said before, I'm actually going on set next weekend again, which is nice, because I haven't been on set since my grad film, which was October? Yeah, like October last year. So it'll be nice to get into the groove of that again. We're basically just doing some reshoots for the horror short film that I'm editing at the moment as well, which is separate to the grad film. Basically there was just some stuff that was like really cringe that we just couldn't fucking... I just refused to put in the fucking film because it's so bloody bad. For example, there's a shot where the girl is killing someone else with a fire extinguisher, and it's really obvious that they didn't get a stand-in fire extinguisher, and it's a full fire extinguisher because she's struggling to lift it, and in the context of the scene, she's supposed to hit him in the head with it repeatedly. And so she's struggling to like lift it and bring it down on her head and bring it up again. So it's kind of just like swinging around wildly. And she's making some really weird fucking noises like, oh! Oh! Ah! And it's so... I burst out in laughter the first time I fucking watched it with the director. And I don't know if I offended him with that. But I think he got the message across that, yeah, you need to fucking refilm that, dude. As well as just a couple other bits and pieces that we can improve on. We only found out that we were missing while we were editing the thing. Which that happens. Which is... that happens with literally every fucking film. That's why sometimes when people freak out when films go for reshoots, they don't realize that literally every fucking film has scheduled reshoots. Or it just incorporates reshoots into their budget, because it just fucking happens. Because it's just stuff sometimes that you just can't foresee, that you don't realize that you need when you're actually bringing the film together in the edit. Unless you're Justice League and you're like, oh, nope, I'm just gonna redo this entire film, fuck you. And that turned out fucking well, didn't it? Oh man, that hurt my soul. I mean, I'm a DC fanboy, but fucking goddamn that film. It was okay. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't like really bad at the same time. It wasn't Green Lantern bad, but it wasn't blowing anything out of the water at the same time. Like, it could have been way fucking better. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah, it'd be nice to get back on set, just helping out, and I don't know. I'll probably end up doing a little bit of stunt coordination as well, since I have a little bit of experience in it. There's another scene where she falls over, and because she like twists her ankle or whatever the fuck, and the first time that we did it, it does not look good, and it's really obvious that she does it on purpose. So we'll probably have to get some crash mats and stuff like that, so she can actually fall and not like fucking break her neck. Which was the reason why, because originally this film, this horror film that I'm editing now, was shot August, I think. Yeah, August. And we're only doing reshoots now because the main actress was actually doing a stunt in another film, and they obviously didn't block it very well, because usually, like, I mean, if you've seen anything behind the scenes, people don't actually fucking punch and kick people. They're obviously just a short distance away, but with the camera angles on how things are done, it kind of masks it, and you can't really tell unless they fuck it up sometimes. But she accidentally got kicked in the head during a stunt, and she can't stand up for longer than a couple, 10 minutes or so before, passing out. She got, a fucking concussion from it, which goes kind of well, can't reshoot. So, she's gotten better now, I hope. So, we're finally getting around to doing that. But yeah, GreenTexts are okay. I know I said I've hated them, but sometimes they're fun for me. Probably the best thing is probably reading them. I fucking hate editing and listening to my own fucking voice. Because I made fucking 200-something videos at this point, and countless fucking hours of my voice just constantly being listened to. It does get a bit of fucking annoying, and you do get a bit sick of the sound of your own fucking voice at a certain point, I guess. But short films is definitely the thing, and just filmmaking in general is probably much more my passion. Because of that, I'm probably going to make a couple more shit posts. That's a whole nother question that I'll get into later. Someone like the future of this channel and stuff like that. But yeah, that was that. Another thing I wanted to talk about, well, going into editing, and still, I recently found out / started watching a YouTuber called Captain Disillusion, who, if you have not seen, that's a crime. You need to go watch him right now. It's actually against the law in certain parts of the world, including the one you're in right now, so go watch him. Basically, he's one of the OGs. He has been around for fucking 10 years on YouTube making videos. And he has a level of fucking production quality that everyone should aspire to, because it's fucking insane. He's definitely more so quantity over... Wait, no. Quality. Yeah, almost fucked that up. Quality over quantity, unlike myself. Whoops. But yeah, his editing is fucking insane. A lot of his biggest videos, for example, is him debunking really viral videos that just turn out to be fake. Because a lot of them are just enhanced with visual effects, which, as someone who does have a lot of experience in After Effects, is pretty basic. After watching it, I remembered that I actually made a hoax video a while ago. It's okay. I'll throw it in now just because I can.
Trust me, guys, I'm a professional. These are real knives. Don't try this at home.
Oh, fuck! Shit! Fuck! Fuck! Yeah, it's okay. I literally fucking made that in about an hour, just because of how simple it was, and that was actually an assignment for one of my while I was at film school. I got in... what was it? Well, my film school was weird. We had a different sort of rating system. Instead of F to A, it was fail, pass, credit, distinction, high distinction, and I got a high distinction for it. Half of it was probably only because I was the only one that actually put effort into it. But yeah, it's got it's on YouTube. If you could probably find it by just searching "backyard knife stunt gone wrong." It's pretty basic, to be honest. But yeah, it's the sort of thing where Captain Disillusion debunks that sort of thing. Except, well, and actually has production value in his fucking content. I don't know. Watching his stuff has given me a lot more ideas on just stuff how I can improve. Obviously there's obvious ways that I can improve, like having the text appear as I read it, but fuck that, dude. I do not have that amount of time in my week. / can be fucked doing that shit, dude. Oh man, there's no way. But even just like the outro. Oh, that's a fucking other thing that I want to talk about. Fucking hell. I recently had, I don't know if I talked about it last week. I had another meeting with my YouTube network. It was basically explaining to me, or going through my analytics of my channel. And I found out that like a little bit over half of all of my views on videos that I get are from people that are unsubscribed. And so he was showing me channels that recently changed over to having a outro or just a segment in the video where they tell people to subscribe, and their subscriber base fucking just grew like substantially because people genuinely don't remember to subscribe to things. So when you tell them, they obviously do. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, and I wanted to put it on a video, but I had no idea what to do. So I just did a fucking quick little spiel. I just went, hey, can't fucking subscribe. Da da da. If you like this shit, do it. And yeah, I got roasted for it for some fucking reason. Someone called me a fucking sellout because I asked people to subscribe. Which, fuck you. Fuck you. How dare you. There's no way that if you were in the same position as me, that you fucking wouldn't want a bigger subscriber base than I already have. I mean, granted, these past couple of weeks, my channel's been growing a lot more. But that's half because I've been, what's it called? What's the fucking... something or other metadata. I've been fucking around with my metadata, and optimizing. That's the word I was looking for. Optimizing my metadata, my videos, so people can actually find it more, and find it better, more or less. And I just lost my train of thought because fucking what was I talking about? Shit, fuck. Oh man, I'm so gone today. Oh, that's what. Yeah, fuck you guys. Yeah, I mean, granted. I only had it on that one video, and I got roasted for it. And, yeah, people called me a cunt because I fucking told people to subscribe and said it was cancer. Which, I mean, kind of. It wasn't that great, to be honest. I can probably find out better ways of doing that sort of thing without so much of in your face of fucking yelling at you to subscribe. I did recently find out that my network gives me access or a free subscription to Video Blocks, which is like a stock, not stock image, stock video and template website. So I could probably do some cool shit like fucking Captain Disillusion does, or a cool like animated outro and shit like that. We'll fucking see. I don't know. I gotta think of a creative way to do it, because I do want to do it, but I don't know. I want to do it a little bit better and not just half-ass it, I guess. But I mean, like, that's kind of also the appeal of this sort of stuff, I feel like, is the half-assedness. Oh, I had a chuckle at a comment the other day on one of my videos that someone said, you can't make it on YouTube with half-assing content and something like that. And then the last line was just, Mr. GreenTexts, hold my beer. And that made me chuckle a bit, because, I mean, it's not that hard. It's just a little bit tedious sometimes. I'm also just trying to read the autistic fucking grammar mistake and spelling mistake filled stuff, which I got a video coming out that calls out some of the worst fucking spelling mistakes I've seen in my life. It's like fucking Jack's films, like, your grammar sucks bad. Like, someone spelled techniques the fucking worst way I've ever seen in my life, and fuck you. And, yeah. Oh, that's another thing that I suppose I want to talk about, but didn't write down. I've been getting people sending me green text, and thank you, because that obviously saves me time, and a lot of the time when people send me green text, they're a lot more up-to-date than the stuff that I find anyway. But, some people send me green text that they write, and I have a feeling that they're writing it to be read on this channel, for that sole reason. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, because the whole point of 4chan and writing green text is it's anonymous, and the fact that you're like, I wrote this green text, can you please read it, kind of almost demystifies the whole thing, and gets rid of the anonymity, I guess, as well. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. I guess maybe just don't tell me. Just don't tell me you fucking wrote it, I guess. And I mean, I've probably had at least 4 or 5 people in the comments claiming that they wrote this green text, and then get completely ignored because it's anonymous. There's no way to prove that as well. Yeah, so that's just a thing. Just maybe it's anonymous. There's no way you can fucking prove that you wrote it anyway, so just don't tell me that you wrote it. So I don't feel as fucking weird, I guess. Yeah, I don't have that much to talk about this week. I don't know. I got a bit of a headache coming on, so it'd probably be a bit of a shorter one. I do have a couple of emails that I got sent to me. So I suppose we'll just get to the the most autistic-filled part of this fucking podcast. And that is, of course, where I read comments written by you guys. More so just questions by you guys, and read a couple of emails. So, if you do have any longer form of stories that you do want to send me, or any other life advice or questions, feel free to email me, Mr. GreenText at... I had a fucking stroke. mrgreentext@gmail.com. That's Mr. GreenTexts with an S on the end of that. I had someone message me the other day asking what's my fucking email at Mr. GreenText. It's Mr. GreenTexts. There's an S on the end of that. I think I fucking said this last week too. Or, alternatively, I can't say that word. See, fucking whatever. Again, narrator, and then can't say words. Ironic, but, you know, you still watch it, so, lol. Alternatively, you can put a comment on the community tab on my channel that I'll inevitably post some week next time. But, let's read some of the emails first. Boop, 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 dead air, cause I didn't get this ready before, the podcast. Fucking log in, what? Oh, I thought it was already logged in. Fuck's sake. 1 second while I log in, and I am... Fucking... Okay, here we are. So... I know. So, yeah. I had a couple that are good. I also had some that are not so good. Okay, so Nate asks me, G'day cunt, I was browsing some of the GreenTexts and I found one with the fields in it. You sent me a GreenText as well, cheers. Also have another question for your GreenCast podcast. That is, by the way, very interesting and to hear, but onto the question. Oh, cheers, man. Do you enjoy reading longer GreenTexts? Personally, I do, but it's less meme, more OG feels. I don't know if I do. Because most of the time, the really longer ones, again, like I keep saying, is written by fucking autistic niece at 4 a.m. in their mother's basement that don't give a shit about grammar. So sometimes they are difficult, and longer times, like the fucking Great Tide War is one of the hardest ones I've ever read before, because it's just so fucking bad, and it's straight, it's not even like proper GreenText format as well, it's just like written like a story. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, longer ones, some of them are good, some of them not so good. Some of the longer ones, I'm finding a lot of them tend to be the same, especially some of the creepypasta sort of ish X GreenText stories that I've been doing lately. They all just follow the format of person goes to woods to camp, person finds weird monster, they have encounter with monster, they fucking no poem. And that's the end of it. But yeah, cheers, Nate. Thanks for that one. So I'm going to call out this guy, because, what? This guy, Cheese Kid 26, fucking emailed me and decided to write a GreenText in an email, because apparently he says, I'm a fag, so I don't know how to write a GreenText on 4chan, so I made this Gmail. I hear that fucking retarded, mate. I mean, seriously, all you gotta do is fucking go on B. Dude, literally, you wrote it out! Like, the perfect format in this email. I'm not reading it. Fuck you. Oh, he wished to remain anonymous. Whoops, fuck. Whoops. Oh, well, I'm calling you out. It's not that fucking hard, dumbass. Just do what everyone else does. Just fucking write it up on 4chan, take a screenshot of it, and then just send it to me claiming that you wrote it. That's the thing too. I wouldn't even be surprised if people are claiming to these. Well, I don't know. Would people claim that they've written this green text and they haven't? I wouldn't be surprised if they have. I've no doubt that someone at least once doing that. But yeah, I'm not reading that. I suppose one more. I thought. Nah, there's not really good ones. So let's go to the community tab. I've got a couple that I hearted, and that's how I know which ones that I wanted to read on the podcast. Ah, yes. That's the thing that I wanted to get into. So I thought that I'd just get this out of the way. I've had a lot of requests for this particular topic, so I'll put most of the names that I could find on the screen now. Now, I must say that I do enjoy quite a bit of Gabe Horn.
Ah, jingles.
What seems to be the problem, son?
I can't beat this game. It's just too gosh darn difficult.
Well, have you considered watching Gabe Horn?
You want me to watch gay porn?
I want us both to watch Gabe Horn.
Hi, I'm Gabe Horn, video game pro. Tough level got you down, big boss got you bummed. Why not call me, Gabe Horn? Come to your house and you can watch me beat it for you.
Golly jeepers, mister, you beat the game without even looking.
Somebody asks you how you beat this game, kid. What are you gonna tell him?
I experimented with Gabe Horn.
What about you, old man?
Well, I'm gay. For Gabe Horn.
There you guys, just fucking memed you back. There you go. There's your Gabe Horn. I'm gonna. That's a good thing that I'm gonna fucking do later on. So Red Blue Sea Monster asks, what will you do if you run out of 4chan green text to narrate, including alternative plans for the channel? I doubt that I'm going to run out of green text anytime soon. That is always a thought that I have in the back of my head, is when I run out of good green text. Because I have red green text and then scrapped it because I thought it was shit. There's also some really good green text, but they're just not long enough. I do want to at least upload like minute-long videos, I guess, to the channel, because it's just not fucking worth it. I mean, there's heaps of other more successful channels than mine that do compilations, like Shadoweye or Wave Titan, for example. They do compilations that obviously do a lot better. But that's not my sort of style of content. I want to keep this channel more so like a hub of stuff, so people can actually find green text that they want to find. Because a lot of the time, they're not titled, they're not archived. I know I've searched for ages trying to find particular green text, and I just fucking can't, because I know like 2 lines of it that I can actually remember. And of course, like, they're images, so you can't, like, word search them? Is that the word? Well, it's not. The search optimization isn't as good, because you can't obviously search images on pictures. No, that's not right. Words on an image. That's the one I was looking for. So people can actually find shit that they want to find. Alternative plans for the channel. I do want to kind of expand it into a couple more like creative-ish style videos. I think I said like a while ago that I want to do a bit of an ASMR meme. I've got a couple ideas to make that pretty funny. And a couple of other just like meme sort of content, I guess I want to do. A couple more like shitposty sort of stuff. I really enjoyed making the response to Creeps Works. I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, we'll probably have some more other weirder style sort of things. But yeah. Let's see. Steve the Nerd asks, what has been the cringiest green text for you to record? I remember the... I can't even remember what I fucking titled it. Because Actually, let's see if I can actually find when I titled it. Fucking, this is the problem when you have literally hundreds of fucking videos on your channel. Oh, that's it. Dating a mum. Yeah, that video is probably one of the cringiest ones that I've had to narrate before. mostly because, like, I mean, everyone enjoys a bit of racism every now and then, but just blatant, just 100% racist stuff I don't particularly enjoy. And that one just seemed really fucked to me, with the parent that fucking killed the black kid, and stuff like that. But yeah, even like in my comments section, a lot of the time, I don't have any filters on it, but a lot of the time, every couple of days or so, I have to go through my suggested spam list in my comments section and approve some comments, because especially when people do the first line comment and then they space a bunch, so you have to click the read more to see the other half. A lot of them just get automatically filtered into the suggested spam for some fucking reason. I haven't done anything, but a lot of the time comments that appear in there as well are just people that just write nigger, and I'm like, no, so I just fucking remove them, because there's just no point to it. It's just like, put at least some fucking thought into it, you retard. Don't type nigger. I get it, you're trying to be an edgelord, but at least try and be a bit more of a fucking creative edgelord, I guess. Krabby Cakes asks, how kids these days are stupid. Yeah, well, I think it's not just kids these days are stupid. I think kids have just inherently always been stupid. Because I can imagine, even anybody, literally anybody, can look back on like their early teenage years, for example, and just see how fucking stupid they were. But that's kind of what it has to be. You kind of have to be stupid to learn to not be stupid. I guess. That's actually, I don't know, I feel like it's a pretty good quote. You have to be stupid to learn to not to be I can't even say my own quote because I guess I'm still in the stupid phase, I guess. You have to be stupid to learn to not to be stupid. I feel like this kind of one of those fucking things that you just like see with someone's like face in the cloud with like really fancy text and shit like that. But I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is just like kids that blindly follow like Logan Paul and just shit like that. Especially like best example with like the Logan Paul fucking shit would be the Suicide Forest stuff. Like literally it was up for 24 hours before anyone realized that this was weird. Like it had a perfectly normal like ratio to it, and the fans are like, oh, nice content, and people are like fine with him fucking just vlogging with a dead body, and that was pretty fucking stupid to me that people are okay with that. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really have that many more examples, but yeah, I don't know. Kids seem to be getting a little bit more stupid, I feel like. I don't really have any other, like, blatant examples. But yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, I've fucking... Sorry in advance, I'm just gonna butcher your name and not even care. Lichzim the Great. Thoughts on Ready Player One, if you've seen it. I haven't, but I've heard it's good. I have seen it. I enjoyed it. It's one of those things where you need to know what you're going in for, I guess. With Ready Player One, if you're going in just expecting like a cinematic fucking masterpiece, again, you're probably not going to get that. If you're going in to see some just cool fucking action scenes with some characters that you probably enjoy seeing, or just like seeing Easter eggs, you're probably going to fucking enjoy this film. It does have a pretty cool premise to it and everything like that. Score was pretty good. I don't know, there was some really good fucking scenes in it though. There was a whole like part, I don't know, it's kind of spoilerish, I guess, but fuck it. There was a whole segment where they recreated the hotel from The Shining, and all the characters in like the film The Shining, and I guess they just digitally recreated it, and it was really fucking cool how they did it. And I don't know, that was a kind of a thing that was kind of weird to me too. Like, I mean, yeah, of course, the film was gonna be majority CGI, but the film was like 80% CGI. I don't know why that bothered me so much. I don't know. I guess as like a filmmaker, I just prefer like actual live action stuff. And there was live action stuff, but I mean, not as much. I don't know what else they could have done. I mean, I don't know what they're fucking talking about, to be honest, because the CGI stuff was the most enjoyable part of the movie. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a good film. Just go in expecting, like, know what you're going to fucking watch. If you're someone that's fucking triggered by seeing a bunch of characters, or you just think that it's autistic, that they're like, oh, they're just trying to cater to all these audiences, fucking out-of-touch people. Of course you're gonna fucking hate it. Time for obligatory drink number 2 of the podcast. Auto Gaggins asks, how do you make those thumbnails? They, especially the Tardwell one, are maddeningly hilarious. Thanks, man. I'm glad someone appreciates them. I do put a lot of somewhat effort into the thumbnails. Basically, the method of going for it is, usually when I try and search for pictures, I try and search for stock images. Because I feel like that kind of fits the more sort of style content, and just, how do I put this? The more theme-ish, I guess, with my content. Because I like to play a game on how specific I can get with stock images, and I found some fucking weird stuff that people have done, like stock photo shoots. Like, I typed in, like, fat stock kid once, and there's just, like, a fucking fat kid with a bandana around his head and holding sausages like a bunch of nunchucks, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why did someone agree to do this shoot? But usually I try to find something in the context of that sort of fits, and also, you know, girls in the thumbnails get fucking more views. It's kind of an age-old sort of just thing that's just with YouTube. So that's usually that, and I'll try and find girls in somewhat a shitty, sexy costume, because that seems to work as well. The title videos are fun, because usually, well, the title video, for example, I just found a stock photo of a bunch of kids fucking fighting with each other, and then I just searched Down syndrome, and then just photoshopped their faces onto the kids' faces, which is a pretty simple process. Just fucking cut out the face, paste it on, just feather it out a bit, and blur it, and away you go. It's not that hard. There's plenty of tutorials on if you want to Photoshop faces and shit like that. Shoe Hunter asks, how to survive a school shooting? Easy, don't live in America. Next question. Kelpo the Commie asks, how much of a better narrator you are than Creeps Work? I don't know. Like, there's definitely at times where I'm just like, he's obviously, I mean, he's been doing it for longer, so he's obviously probably a lot better than me. But, I mean, I feel like I have my own flair to it. I mean, like, I know I just talked about before that I hate the sound of my own voice, but I feel like with my own flair to a lot of these GreenTexts and stuff like that are just a lot more enjoyable than his. I mean, I've gotten comments saying that my voice is monotone, which usually is just me trying to concentrate, trying to fucking read the line because it's written so badly, and trying to get it right. But I do enjoy doing a lot of the voices, which he just seems to be incapable of doing, I guess, sometimes. Oh, that was a pretty good transition into a thing. I got a comment the other day saying that the latest NEAT video that I did, because I did a really fucking NEAT style voice. Fuck off, Facebook. I don't know why I do this. I do this every week, or I just forget to close it and it goes off. Someone thought that I did a voice modifier, and nope, that was 100% real, dude. I mean, I have no way to prove it, but yeah, I'd like to see fucking Creeps Work even try and attempt to do a voice like that. So, I don't know. A better voice actor than Creeps Work. Let's go with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Ducky Concho, the original, asks, does Australia have a space agency, or do they just fall into space? Nope, we don't have a space agency. There is actually a pretty fucking... fuck, I need to find the abbreviation, because I'll just butcher it. Australian... Space... there we are. So, someone made a fucking parody page of a Australian space exploration. and it is the Australian Research and Space Exploration Program, also abbreviated as ARS. Which, I don't know if people realise that it's just a fucking shitpost, because they've got just a bunch of fucking merch with the logo that they've made up that just has ARS, Australian Research and Space Exploration. And I think people, and they like retweet, it's a Facebook page. They post up a lot of, they're pretty regular with posting stuff on their Facebook page, so I don't know if people actually realise that it's a shitpost. But yeah, no, we don't actually have a space agency. I mean, because, you know, we've got better things to spend our money. Well, I don't know. Better things to spend our money on. That's kind of subjective, because I mean, fucking soon we're gonna need to spend money on space stuff, or we'll just probably just piggyback off fucking America, to be honest. Or they'll just give us some fucking technology. The great god, also known as Elon Musk, will grace us with a couple of SpaceX rockets. That'd be nice. So I think that brings this week's podcast to a bit of a close, I'd say. If you enjoyed this sort of thing, please let me know by... oh yes, secret phrase. So I actually have a secret phrase that I thought of during this week's podcast. So if you actually listened the whole way through this podcast, let me know by including this secret phrase somewhere in your comments. Include somewhere in your comments, I love Gabe Horn. So not gay porn, Gabe Horn. Gabe Horn is best man. I love Gabe Horn. I experimented with Gabe Horn. Just include Gabe Horn somewhere in your comments, and I think that'd be pretty funny. Because holy fucking shit, guys, you did so fucking well last week with the fucking Creepsworks meme. Some of you are actually pretty fucking creative with it, which fucking tops to you. I sent him the last week's podcast, and I'm like, oh dude, fucking look at the comments. What the shit's going on here? And he was actually genuinely fucking confused, because he's like, oh, that's weird. People are probably just memeing me. Because he obviously didn't fucking listen to it, because he's not going to listen to a fucking 50-minute video of me rambling to myself. But yeah, see if you can keep up that creativity, guys, by including Gabe Horn somewhere in your comments. Oh man, this is fucking glorious. My plan of people going down to the comment section and being genuinely confused is fucking working perfectly. I fucking love you cunts. So if you do have any other questions or life advice or stories that you want to send me, not in the GreenTexts format, because that's what fucking 4chan's for, feel free to email me at my Gmail, mrgreentexts@gmail.com. That's Mr. GreenTexts with an S on the end of text, because you're autistic and you don't know how... I don't know, it might even be my accent. Who am I fucking talking about? Or alternatively, you can just comment on the community tab post that'll be on my channel sometime mid next week, probably. So yeah, goodbye, subscribe if you enjoy this sort of thing. Like, I guess, and yeah. Bye.